Good morning, everybody. How is it going? One second, gotta grab the microphone. All right. What is going down? CC Wright up in Canada. Crazy times up there. I am praying for you guys and for your country to hopefully get things sorted out as soon as possible. With you, who's Islander? I know you're up there. Vancouver Island's probably, I'm guessing, kind of like here. It's like an isolated little place where it's, I don't know. But here in Montrose, life's been normal pretty much this whole time. So, Mike Webster, what's happening from Michigan? How are you? Bruce Kennedy, also from the Mitten State. Mike says, I'm thinking about getting a TW200. I wanted to ask about suspension upgrade to get more travel front and back. Oh, boy, Mike, I don't know about a TW200. Brady Metterber might have an answer for you. I don't know if there's a good, relatively cost-effective way to do that. It would, yeah, I got to imagine that that's going to be pretty pricey, but I don't know. Maybe someone else knows. My mom, hi, Mama, I love you. Suzanne Sprouting, everybody say hi to my mom. She's the best. Let's see. Mark Payne, good morning from Washington State. Go LA this weekend. Yeah, come on, Rams. I'm not a big football fan, but honestly, neither of those two teams have ever been on my radar, even when I was a football fan. But since you said it first, Mark, I'm rooting for the Rams. Jimmy Nyhart, your question is my favorite. Is coming up first. Ed Dugan, good morning. How's it going, man? There you go. Brady Metter comes in. No upgrades on one of those. That's what I figured. I mean, so back up. You could spend an inordinate amount of money and make parts and all that stuff to make something fit, but like it's just not worth it. I think they're awesome by the way they are. I have a friend that has one that he runs a chainsaw on. That's his trail cutting machine, and it's brilliant. I mean, just everywhere. So yeah, I'd say leave it alone. Jeff Elmore, Brent McFarland, what's happening? Let's see. Brady's going for the Bengals. Yes. Coffee, moto, ice. Mike Barnato, I'm so stoked to see your pictures of ice climbing. I used to be an ice climber long ago. I should really try to get back into it. I absolutely love that sport, and it's funny. It warms my heart to see those cold pictures. So that's awesome, dude. Keep putting those up. I think it's really cool. Bandit Racing, what's happening? Mojave Mike coming in from Vegas. Bruce Kennedy, just lift the TW tank and roll a beta underneath it and go. I was going to say just lift up the bars and put it ready to go. Jimmy and I, you're in the bucket truck and it's loud. That's awesome. All right, guys. Hang on one second. Okay, it's official. It is. Oh, geez, what is it? I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. This is crazy. Welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, number 169, where the coffee's hot, the bikes are fast, and your comments, thankfully, are absolutely 100% ridiculous. Are you really from Cambodia? FMTNIC. That's awesome. How is Cambodia? So, I don't know what you want me to call you, FMTNIC. I'm going to call you FMT, unless you tell me something else. But I seriously, every time I see the word Cambodia or think of Cambodia, I cannot help but think of Holiday in Cambodia, which obviously is a song not about good things that happened in Cambodia. But anyway, but so that's awesome. Nick, right on. Nick, that is so cool. From Cambodia. Are you from Cambodia or are you just living in Cambodia? So yeah, okay. We're talking about how awesome the beta sounds. Can a man weld engine cases? Brent McFarland, yes. And the key word there is a man. You better be the man if you're going to weld engine cases, because it's not easy to do. It's cast aluminum, and so it's really porous. So, but I've seen it done, and I've seen it done well. But it's it's tough. Ooh, awesome writing in Cambodia from the U.S. That's awesome. I would imagine it's like Jeff Greenwood, who is Bike Vault. I haven't seen Bike Vault in a long time. He must be busy on Thursday mornings, but he is Scottish, but he's living in Thailand, and I've seen some of his videos. It looks awesome. I'm not saying that Thailand and Cambodia are the same, but I'm just saying these other smaller nations in the middle of nowhere are probably super rad for riding dirt bikes. We just don't know about it. So guys, let's get to some questions real fast. Good damn morning to all you moto heads from Jim Tully. How's it going, dude? Your shock is on its way to you. I put it in UPS yesterday, so you'll have it very soon. So let's get to some questions fast from the interwebs. Jimmy Neihart comes in with help. I love you, Jimmy Neihart, so much. I've been using this fancy Yeti mug. Now I have spoke wraps and a skull tattoo. I even have the urge to sit while tinkling. SOS. I love you, Jimmy Neihart. My recommendation would be to ride a carbureted bike that will bring you back to being a normal man. Matt Andreas, Dead Kennedys, yes. Thank you for that. I mean, I knew it was Dead Kennedys, but yes, thank you for understanding the reference to Holiday in Cambodia. That's awesome. Yes. Again, not a song, not a really a very nice song, but I love the song because it's the Dead Kennedys. So yeah, Neihart, ride a carbureted bike, kickstart a bike every now and then. I highly recommend that. Like just that motion of kicking a bike will make you want to stand while you pee. And then hopefully the carbureted bike will be so fast that the spoke wraps will come off. Tony Andrews, what's happening? How's it going? I want to say good job rescuing the pups. Hate to think people would abandon them. Thanks, Bruce Kennedy. Yeah, and like Leroy is the sweetest little dog. He is the polar opposite of my evil blue heeler. And just, oh my gosh, he's awesome. And so, and the funny thing is they are best friends now. Like for a while, it was a little bit tenuous, but now they're super duper duper friends and they play and wrestle. And oh my God, it's so cute. And then all the rest of them, I think, are adopted or close. There were 9 total. The sheriff of Westcliff took one that night, which is hilarious. We took Leroy, and then the other 7 went to the shelter in Salida. And by the time they actually put them officially up for adoption, 4 more were already gone from people who knew them. So there were 3 left a couple days ago, but I think they're probably gone. I got to check. But if anybody's in the Salida-ish area and wants to rescue a wonderful puppy, they're at the Ark Humane Society. So anyway, Bruce Kennedy, the only time I was bitten was by a blue heeler. Yeah, my heeler's a pain in the butt. She's such a, just ask Brady. She hates Brady. She loves, whatever. I love her to death because she's my dog. But she is a giant pain in the butt. I don't know what her problem is. Oh yeah, there we go. Jimmy Neihart. We want GoPro on Leroy, Snoop Boop Cam. That's a good idea. I need to get one of those little things because it actually be hilarious to have on Leia too, especially when she like is really, really running fast. Oh my gosh, that animal is fast. And then it'd be hilarious to have one on Leroy to see him getting rolled over by Leia. It was hilarious. There you go. Brady Metter coming in with Devil Dog. I hate this. It's true. I don't know what her problem is, but I don't know. She loves us. She protects us. So I love her. She's just a special needs dog that can't be with other people. Doug W., I'm so glad I rescued them too. I just can't, whatever. It makes me sad that someone would dump 9 wonderful. I mean, they were all so well behaved and they didn't make a mess of my van. Anyway, they were wonderful. So, all right. So next question. By the way, guys, if you're new here and you're like watching this thing either live or replay, please consider giving us a thumbs up and a subscribe. That would be super cool. Also, if you want to ask questions, please ask questions. Just do it. Like fire off, whether you're, like, again, if you're watching live, fire off questions. If you're watching later, fire off questions because I will answer them. I try to get to all the questions on these YouTubes. Some of these videos have been up so long that I don't see all of them, but anyway, whatever. I love you guys. So Todd Colvin, how's it going, Todd? I don't know if Todd's watching this right now, but Todd Colvin, is there a quality hitch hauler for 2 full-size dirt bikes? The answer is yes. but the answer is also the only ones I've ever seen have been home built, like really well built, homemade, welded rigs. Like that, it's so. Um, yeah, I've never seen one from a factory that was worth a darn, but I've seen guys with ones that are like super burly. And anyway, it's awesome. Um, Brady Metter, you're a horrible person, and I know you're kidding. You're much nicer than that. I'm not even going to read that comment because that's such a horrible comment. Um, oh, James Tully, how cool is it that Cody Webb is racing arena cross? Is he really racing like arena cross, or just like the super enduro enduro cross? I haven't seen him racing arena cross. That's crazy if he's racing arena cross, and awesome. I didn't know that. There you go, Bruce Kennedy. Bruce, by the way, Brady, you have to understand that almost everything that Brady says is sarcastic and filled with sarcasm. So he doesn't mean that at all. Because I know Brady and he would never actually mean that. Keith Kindred, are you going to glaze over the Panthera eStart updates? I've been considering getting one for my RM250. Keith, I'm so no. I sold that bike. I sold the YZ250 that had the eStart on it. It did not have to do with the Panthera. It had to do with the fact that I needed to get my kid another KX100. If you haven't watched that story, whatever. Anyway, the so and so I had to sell a bike to get the money anyway, and that was the one that I wasn't riding as much. So, um, dude, James Tully, that's awesome that he's racing that. Anyway, it's super cool. So I don't, Kevin, I'm not going to ever do that again. Not because it didn't work. I did get it to work. It was reliable for me, but then after I sold it, it actually had a few more problems that we got sorted out. I think it's still working right now. I haven't really talked to the guy. It's still in the valley. It's also been winter, so he hasn't been riding. But the company, the owner of the company is really abrasive. I'm not. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to make judgments about him as a person. I want to. I'm trying really hard not to. But he's abrasive. He and I don't mesh. And so I just, yeah. And there are too many issues going on. And then I worried about reliability down the road mainly because of the manufacturing of the stator. The metal parts were really, really good. I worried about the stator failing because it already failed twice for me, 2 times. And so and when stators fail, you're done. You're dead in the water. So it's no good. So yeah, I wouldn't do it again, Kevin, but that's just me. Some people are having good luck. A lot of people, if you look, are not. Let's see. Hitch haulers are heavy. My steel single is 100 pounds. There you go. So yeah, Todd, back to Todd's thing, the two full bikes, I've only ever seen good ones that are hand built and they're super heavy. But Todd's got a big rig. It's not like his rig can't hold it. Laughlin, Nevada, Dave Gus is right on. Matt Andreas comes in and says he's going to race arena cross. I think that's super, super cool that Webb's going to race arena cross. And he should do fine. He should do really well since he's so good at enduro cross, which is kind of turned into arena cross. Let's be honest here. Brady Metter likes abrasive. Yes, he does. Brent McFarland, I'm not going to race the whole T6 series, just that one, because Ken Stutzman, what's happening, man? They're so far away. That was just a reason to get out of town and get to warmer weather. There we go. Nick from Cambodia. The older I get, the more I like simplicity. RE Kickstart. Colorado Enduro guy, what's happening? So, and speaking of TPIs and everybody who loves them, Jimmy Neihart, I'm speaking directly to you and your soul. Yes, Jimmy Neihart. So I am battling a TPI right now, a 2021 Husky TX300i that the customer it's done. Once we get it running, It's gone. He hates it so much. He's going back to a carbureted bike. He is, hey, hello, Dirt. What's happening, Jared? So I'm pretty sure it's the fuel pump. At this point, I've got a fuel pump that's showing up this morning. We replaced the crankcase pressure sensor. It didn't fix it. And then I replaced the fuel filter in line in the tank. That didn't fix it. And then, but the fuel filter was full of black stuff. And I don't, because I haven't really taken apart a fuel pump, but I hear it's from the pumps. They sometimes like disintegrate, and I don't know if it's brushes or if it's the veins on the pump. I don't know what part that is that's coming out of the pump and into the filter, but that's what it is. I think that's what's in there, because the guy has had a tank filter from day one, minute one. He's taking very, very good care of. This is Andrew Neal, very good friend of ours. He is anal about taking care of his bikes. Like, he has been so meticulous with this bike, and it still crapped the bed. So it says your emotions, be nice to it. Like the Herbie love bug, 100%. And you're getting a TPI, silly man. Carb is the only way to go. I know, who's the Islander. I am, but it's going to be a TBI, throttle body injection, and I am going to do my best to break it. Like, it's a very expensive experiment, but it's for you YouTubers or YouTube people. Anyway, it's for you guys, because I kind of want to prove my point, really. And so you'll notice, though, that I put a ton of work and energy into my carbureted 300 and my 125, and those are not leaving me. Those are staying with me as my go-to backup awesome bikes. And then we're going to get that new one, and we're going to see if we can break it. And if we can't, and if it works awesome, I might change my tune. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I'm excited. Carbon brush material is making my KTM 690 black each time. There we go. That's what it is. Bruce Kennedy knows. So it's killed the pump, I think. So, and actually, if you guys are interested, it's going to be good. I am testing an all-ball, and Andrew is testing an all-balls fuel pump, whole kit. Like, so it's the whole thing instead of just a little pump that you got to take off and the lines always break. Anyway, whatever. It's the whole drop-in thing from all balls now, and that's a way, way, way cheaper. It's like half the price of a KTM one, and so I'm super excited to see A, if it works, and B, how it works. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's see. So I got more questions here, but let's see. Bruce Kennedy, or no, Kevin Tribby. Personal experience with the Magura's hydraulic conversion. I'm not sure if having fluid on the stator side would damage affect the slate cylinder if installed with Panther E-Start. Kevin, I have the only experience I have with the Magura, like jack clutch or whatever they call that thing, the conversion, is on a YZ without a Panthera E-Start, and it worked fine. I didn't love it because it doesn't hold much fluid, and so as the clutch plates swell, it would like drain down and get air in it because it would move. And anyway, I didn't love it because it's not as robust as like the ones that are actually made to work on the bike. But a lot of people really like it, like really like that. So I won't cast judgment on the Magura thing. I put it on a bike personally, but I don't know. A lot of people seem to like it. I don't think I do remember seeing people having some issues with the YZ and the Panthera E-Start because of the size of the little nub on the Magura that goes in to hook to the clutch actuator. That, anyway, some people were having an issue with that because of the stator or the flywheel. I forget. Anyway, so maybe do some research there, Kevin. I'm not sure 100%, but there we go. Jimmy Neihart, we will swap in April. You'll see the light. TPI baptism. Sounds good, Jimmy Neihart. I'm ready. Can't wait. And I can't wait for you to ride my bike. I think you're gonna say something different. My bike is so freaking good. Let's see. We do need alternative fuel pump options out there. Look forward to the review. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, I'm excited too. Like I said, way less money, and so far available, which is cool. I put California Cycle Works pump photo in my KTM right on 5280. How's it working? I'm guessing probably good. I don't know how many hours you got on it, but that's awesome. Picked up 2 fresh carb, 2 smokes. I'm pumped. No, you didn't, Brady Metter. Stop it. He didn't, Bruce Kennedy. He didn't buy. There's no way he bought 2 carbureted bikes. If he did, he's lost his mind. Check out the best dual sport channel. Dave has a lot of fuel injection. Yeah, Dave, I need to check his out more often. I haven't seen it. Oh, Mom, I love you. $100 still going. Good deal. 5280 James. That's great to hear. I'm guessing though that the California Cycle Works, all that, they're probably all. I'm guessing it's all the same pump. Quantum makes those pumps, and I don't even know who. If Quantum makes the pumps with someone else, and anyway, whatever. We'll see. Let's see. So Logan Goxa says, funniest or craziest racing story? Question mark. Honestly, the craziest is my Baja 1000 solo experience back in 2006. Logan, you should definitely go and check out that. It's in my story time playlist here. I'm not going to recount it again here. It was a lot of fun. It was absolutely crazy. And then as far as like local stuff, I don't have just a ton of crazy stuff. They're all fun. I don't have like I'm trying to think. Oh, well, here's one. I don't know if it's the craziest, but here's one of the stupidest mistakes I ever made racing. It was a mud race in somewhere on the Front Range. I can't remember. It was where was it? It was over south, like somewhere in Colorado Springs. Anyway, I can't remember, near Pueblo, maybe. Anyway, whatever. So it's a mud race. I'm racing. My goggles get completely covered in mud. I don't have tear offs or roll offs. I'm like wiping it off, and I can't see. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And there's a white flag. I'm like, all right, 1 lap. I take my goggles off, throw them to the wind, and proceed to have the worst lap of my life, just getting pelted by dirt and mud and rocks in my eyes. It's a miracle I can even see. I was like, anyway, afterwards, I wondered on what planet I thought that was a good idea. It was not good. Jimmy Nahart, yes, I can drop ship SKF wheel bearing stuff. Yes, I can. So, and by the way, Neihart brings up a wonderful piece of information. If you guys are watching this and you like love this channel and you're having fun and all that stuff and you want to support us, there's lots of ways to do it. You can go below in the link in the description and check out all that if you want. But another way that like is more direct is you can call the shop, and you probably get a hold of Leandra at first, but then and if you want to talk to me, you can. If you want to talk to her, she's way nicer and way better person than me. But we can drop ship almost anything. I mean, almost anything. Everything except for OEM parts. I cannot do OEM parts, but pretty much everything can drop ship directly to you. I just actually drop shipped an RK Tech head insert and JD jetting kit to a guy in, where is he, California? Anyway, whatever. Not here. Oh, no, Nevada, Henderson, Nevada. So down near where Dave Kessler is right now. So yeah, so if you guys want to support us and all that, you definitely can by that way. It's awesome. Yeah, Bruce Kennedy, you definitely want to talk to Leandra. She's a much better person. So Logan, that's one story. There's lots of them. The 1000 is all time. Jace Jackson, dumb question to ask a 2-stroke guy, but would you rather run a 250F or 450F for cross-country riding, and why? It's not a dumb, well, it's a funny question for a 2-stroke guy, but having ridden and owned both 250Fs and 450Fs, hands down a 250F. I mean, so that's me. I'm at 185 pounds, a little heavy for a 250F, but not crazy. Someone like Brady, who's a giant man, or Brian Aliff, or lots of people that are like as they would like to say, full-sized humans, they would rather be on a 450 because a 450 to them is a lot like a 250. But for me, hands down 250F, 450s are just ridiculous. Like they are so fast for a guy my size or smaller. They're just, or I would even say up to 200 pounds. Like they got so much horsepower. And the other thing is they get really, really hot when it gets really slow. So that's, and I mean, the 250Fs get hotter than two strokes, but they don't get nearly as hot as a 450 or as hot. Oh, excuse me. They'll get the same heat. It just takes a lot longer for them to get hot than a 450 gets hot almost immediately. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of 450. Well, that's not. I love 450s, especially if you're pulling giant hills like we have out here. They're a ton of fun. But yeah, in the tight stuff, I'm not good. Keith Tribby says Chris Kelly, who runs California Cycle Works, has always sold very good aftermarket parts for Ducatis. Very nice guy, informative. Oh, cool. Right on. California Cycle Works. I wonder where they are. Where are they, Kevin? Because it sounds familiar. I just don't know. Guys, if you're watching this and you're having fun, back out of the chat, give us a thumbs up and come on back in. That would be cool. If you're watching this later, after the fact, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That'd be super cool. Also, quick shout out to my sponsors, guys. I got to do this. I got some people helping us out. I'm just so thankful. So, Leading Edge Supplements, extremeparts.com, and V-Moto Tires. Thank you, guys. Please go support those people. V-Moto, you can use code Highland, HIGHLAND. Same with leadingedgesups.com, HIGHLAND. And then Extreme Parts, it's Highland 10 for a code to save some money, help us out, all that stuff. The guys are awesome. I really, really, really like their products. I would not represent them if I didn't. You know that about me. I'm not a shill. I'm not going to just do things because they're giving me, they don't pay me money. I just get some stuff. And then the codes help me out. I do get a little kickback from that. But anyway, they're awesome. I really appreciate it. Oh, he's in Georgia, not California. That's funny. Okay, gotcha. Brady Better got rid of his 450. It's interesting. Dave Kessler comes in with a brilliant comment. Said, your 300 should pull like a 450 now. Yes. My 300 does pull. I feel like it's got the same torque. I'm sure it's not exactly the same. I don't have a dyno. I'm not going to check it. But it feels like the same torque as a 450, but it's so much more manageable than a modern 450 with fuel injection. And that's not a cut on the fuel injection on a 450, although I'm sure you guys think I would. It's just fuel injected four strokes are very snatchy in general. I mean, which is great if you want power right now and all that. And I can see the benefit to that. But for me, 450 doing that is just too much. Where my 300 is just like this amazing, I don't know, it's buttery smooth, but man almighty, does it have a ton of freaking pull. It's crazy. 5280, awesome. Got a 20 pack from Leading Edge. You're gonna love it. Thank you very much. It's awesome. So Colorado Enduro guy comes in with, when it comes to 4T, 350 all day. I agree. The 350 is amazing. Amazing. Yeah, Dave Kessler, no flame out at low RPM. Yeah, two strokes just don't stall. Like they do stall. But if you watch my recent video where I bent the pipe and all that, me riding on a Monday, I swear you can almost count the RPM on that 300 and it doesn't stall. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so good, and it's light and it's fast and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm a big fan, obviously, of two strokes. Four strokes are great. They have their place. Not for me so much. I think if I bought another, my kid's out there yelling. He said something about communists and four strokes. Yep, there you go. Communists. That's awesome. Oh, I love that kid. But they have their place. Hill climbs, big fast stuff, desert racing. I think they're great. If I bought another one, it'd be a 500. Probably KTM. I think they're great bikes. They're amazing things. Actually, it might be, take that back. It might be the 500 Beta, because the Beta doesn't come all choked up and stupid like the KTMs do. So yeah, I know but 500 four strokes are rad. Really good dual sport bikes. So, guys, we got to shut her down right at 8:00. So, if you have, any more questions, let's get them coming. Dave, sorry, reading Dave, and Dave Kessler says it's substantially geared up. That's true. My 300 is running a 1450, so that's one tooth bigger on the front sprocket than stock. So it is geared up a lot, and it pulls every gear like nobody's business. Yeah, Bruce Kennedy, he's asked if I'm going to ride my friend Stark Varg when he gets it. Absolutely, 100%. I cannot wait to do that because it's going to be exciting. I got to ride an Alta a couple years ago. Customer bought one, had it delivered, shipped to the shop. We put it together for him and got to ride it around a fair amount, actually. And the horsepower is, it's crazy. Horsepower and torque are crazy. Not my complaint about the Stark Varg. Hey, what's happening, Todd Rowe? Future Faith from Havasu. How's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, the electric bikes, like I said, I got other issues with them, and I think my main issue is I think the claims of longevity on that battery are greatly exaggerated. But yeah, the horsepower is not a problem. Hey, Kevin O'Laughlin coming in with the super chat saying 4 strokes rule. Because Kevin just gave us $20 in super chat, I'm going to say 4 strokes rule. He knows in my heart that that's not true. But Kevin, my kid says you're a communist. It's not true. Kevin's a good guy. Kevin's an awesome guy, and he's not a communist. Kevin, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. By the way, guys, I'll mention it. If anybody's interested, you can do a super chat right here. The money comes directly to us. It helps with all these things, going racing, all these tests of products that people aren't giving me. There's lots of that I do. So if you guys want to, you can give us some money here online. It's a one-time deal. It's not like a subscription. If you want to do the subscription thing, we have a Patreon page. I have a couple people, they just PayPal me every now and then because they're really nice and they want to help me out. So I'm not, whatever. That's the only commercial I'll give you. And it really does make a difference. So Kevin, thank you very much. Oh yeah. Kessler says that one tooth up is equivalent roughly to 3 or 4 teeth on the back. So yeah, I need to get out and get a speed test on my 300. So I can tell you exactly how fast that dumb thing goes and how hard it pulls. And Jimmy Neihart, yes, 4 strokes pay the bills. Future Faith, which is Todd. My first bike at 40 was a 500 KTM, great beginner bike. Yes. Well, I know we're joking and having fun. But Todd, actually a 500, if you're tall enough and strong enough, which you are, you're skinny as all get out, but you're strong. 500 is actually not a horrible beginner bike because it's kind of a mellow feel on the horsepower. It's not snappy motocrossy craziness. So actually they're not a terrible beginner bike. So all right, guys, it's 8:00. I have to boogie today. I love you guys so much. Punk Rock Club, thank you for sticking around all the way to the end. I love you guys so much. I had an interesting conversation online recently. I just want to remind people to spread love and kindness everywhere you go. Yeah, forget the hate, forget the division, all that stuff. 4 strokes and 2 strokes are fine, except for not my kid. But yeah, spread love today, guys, and kindness and caring to people. Because, man, there's some angry people out there, and they're angry at me today. So you can see I'm super upset about it. But yeah, I love you guys. And yeah, that's all I want to say. I love you. Have a great day. I hope you spread the gospel of 2 wheels. And I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, just get out and ride your dirt bikes.